Good.
Lori. Great.
Oh, my gosh.
All right,
yeah.
let's call our meeting to order. Roll call. Who wants to start?
Christy Wood.
Priscilla Terry.
Greg Fuller.
Hal Shurtleff.
Bill Hauser.
We have a couple missing. Approval of agenda. Anybody see anything there? You like, you don't like, you want to change, you want to add?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for November 20th, 2025 of the
Oh.
Budget Committee.
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ooh, we're flying. Old business. Anybody have any old business?
I see the e-check-in for the voters is the electric registration, right? We kind of left hanging because,
Yeah, the Board of Selectmen didn't, we're gonna hear from the clerk again. The Board of Selectmen had the,
so is that under
that's under election, yeah, when we get into, yeah, it's under,
Okay.
yeah, elections and registration.
Ryan,
Mm.
I have updates for, I think it was Jill that had asked about the meals and the room and meals tax.
Room and meals tax? Yeah.
I do have those numbers if you'd like those.
Yeah, so I was interested in the state contribution for education, highways and bridges.
So I have the highway block grant money for 2025. The school stuff I can't answer to, but I have the room and meals and highway if you want those.
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. Because that would be money coming towards the 2026 budget?
So this is considered revenue for 25 to off for your 25 tax rate that we just set.
It's going backwards. Okay.
So I'll give you those. Hold on, I'll just read them out for the minutes at least. The meals and room tax for 2025 is $603,583. And the highway block grant is $211,773.
Thank you, Laura.
Welcome.
Anybody else have any old business? All right, new business. We're flying. All right, looks like the first budget we're gonna do is elections, registration. You know what number that is?
Mr. Chairman, do you have any issue if we, Seth is the department head for all the public works? Do you mind if we bump public works to the front and then he doesn't have to sit through all the other ones?
No, I do mind.
Oh, do you? So if you don't mind, we'll start with Department of Public Works. That one is 4312. Should be in your packets for the new stuff.
Good evening.
It's called highway in the book with the
Right,
tabs.
right. Took me a while to figure that out also.
No, DBW.
DPW Highway.
Oh, no, it's called DPW. All right,
Alrighty.
Okay, go ahead, Seth.
Alrighty. Again, this year, trying to keep everything as flat level funded as possible. Really the only increases are in wages and contractual increases, cost of material increases, things like that. Keeping the usages the same, and just, again, adjusting cost of materials and other things for next year. The first one being wages. That also does include 52,000, which was taken out of the part-time wages. The part-time wages I zeroed, took those funds and applied them to the full-time wages for a floating truck driver position that would operate the roll-off truck. And when not hauling, he would help out in other departments. Down through, really all pretty level funded.
Can I ask a question now or should I save it?
Go ahead.
Seth, I apologize. I tried to watch everything on the Board of Selectmen and I didn't have time to watch your whole thing. So
Gotcha.
just regarding the full-time wage.
Okay.
So is there assumption made that everyone will get a 4% increase?
Yes,
the-
I'm sorry. That was putting a 4% increase on all the current
Okay.
employees.
And then just wages. So what I kind of pulled from this information is starting wage is about $35 an hour, and then it includes benefits, boots, 3% match for a retirement fund if they want to match that. Is that generally?
The starting wage is quite a bit less than that for most of the positions.
So what's the average starting wage then?
So the approved minimum for like the light equipment operators, which is like the lower
Right, entry-level type.
employee, is $22.50.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for clarifying that. Again, I apologize for my lack of knowledge.
No, not a problem. Getting to the boots and the PPE aspect of it, I did increase that line a little bit as well, just to, again, cover kind of increased cost. I added the $50 to the boot allowance per employee for the year. And I threw in the cost of like a new vest and everything else every year. They get pretty dirty pretty fast, and
No, I believe it.
yeah.
Quite a jump in the postage.
Yeah, I did add to the postage. Last year we didn't mail out ahead of like the chip sealing and some of the tree work, and it did increase a lot of phone calls. I think the year before that, we had done that, and it did work out quite well for us, informing the public kind of what was going on their road. And moving into next year, we will be going back out to bid for our paving project, so just bump that up, so yeah, I'll account for that.
For the general expense, and I'm not trying to ask security questions about security cameras, but can you generally give us an idea of where the cameras are in the 139?
Yeah, so there is security cameras at most of the buildings, and they're distributed around town. So there's multiples at the highway department. There's a couple down in the bay on the buildings down there, and those are in the DPW.
There are some at the transfer station.
There is not any currently at the transfer station,
Okay,
but I
you
would
have
like
the
to
gate
add
there and
them.
stuff, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Of vehicles going to the transfer station that don't have stickers.
Staff enforcing it.
Or cameras.
Cameras.
Which line item?
It's not really a line item.
Are we still only charging $1 for 2 years?
It is currently, yes.
Yeah, that's on the
It's on- it's-
docket and to be reviewing all of the fees
Yeah.
coming out of solid waste.
Is that going to be on the docket?
It'll be coming up soon. Moving into next year, we do have to, that's when the new stickers will be required. So the stickers currently are good for 2 years. Next year, everyone will be required to buy a new sticker. So we're reviewing the cost and kind
Lining
of,
up with that.
yeah, balancing that out.
Yep.
It should be at least 10, 15 bucks a year.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion. So, anyway,
I thought you were conservative.
I am. But 50 cents a year?
I know.
Come on, that's
I know.
probably costs more money just to make those stickers.
It's
Probably.
close to, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so we either get rid of the stickers or, you know,
So if they go up to $10 to $15 a year, or whatever they go up to, we definitely need mass plates and even local people to buy those stickers.
This is a great thought for a subcommittee, or
Okay.
it sounds like it's going to be looked at.
It
so.
is, yeah. A little side
Yeah,
note.
it'll be presented to the Board of Selectmen. They have to vote on and approve all fee increases and
I mean, if it's $15 a year, it's $1.25 a month.
A side note to that, now that we're with the Lakes Region Planning Commission for the hazardous waste collection, that sticker will allow them access to the other facilities during collections.
Did you just address the rename equipment expenses for 202? That's hugely there.
202, yes. So previously, some of the other equipment lines, as we go through, you'll notice will be smaller or gone altogether. That was just kind of moving them all of Public Works equipment along with some of the dump equipment and some of the grounds and maintenance equipment into one line for more clarity. So like I said, as we go through, you'll notice other equipment lines and other departments have been reduced or removed altogether. Some things that were being paid out of this that were being paid from other accounts were things like trailer expenses. The chipper had its own 12,000. I moved from the vehicle maintenance line because they were being used on things like the sweeper. It's just trying to consolidate it. So that line did go up, others went down.
Got it. Thank you.
And just for a little more clarity, for those of you that might not have been involved, this, keeping in mind that we're the 2 years default, we converted over all of our individual departments into a Department of Public Works structure. So you will see in some of Seth's other lines, like cemeteries, grounds and maintenance, those wages are zeroed out and everything is being pooled into this umbrella of Department of Public Works. Because we actually had different departments that were not sharing resources. Several of them, solid waste was its own entity, cemetery was its own entity, highway was its own entity.
So it's
Same
more
thing with
efficient.
grounds and maintenance. It wasn't. This is much more efficient. Unfortunately, because we went to default, those changes that we've made over the last 2 years don't reflect in the current lines.
Right.
So,
They've all been broken back out.
I've jumped over to 309 building expenses.
Okay.
There was a $10,000 bump. Is there a plan for ongoing maintenance or issue that will be addressed?
Yeah, there is. So, some of that is actual building maintenance as far as, we have some windows that would need to be
Yeah,
replaced
I
and some
remember
doors and
last
things like
night,
that. But the large increase in that is due to the, floor drain holding tank at the facility. I don't know where the funds came from prior years for that to be pumped, but, to pump that tank is roughly $5,300, and we estimating doing it around twice a year.
So is that like in the garage at your,
So the tank is actually
Department of
outside,
Public
but it's
Works,
for the
okay.
drains that are inside the building.
But it's-
Because it is a garage environment and there are oils from incidental spills inside. Yeah, it all collects in a 1,000-gallon tank out front of the building. And the cost of that varies on the amount of solids in what they pump. Yeah. So.
thank you.
Sorry. So the DPW has the dump under it, right?
yes.
Yeah.
How much revenue do we get into that revolving fund at the dump every year? There was something set up.
Yeah, it's
years ago.
recycling revolving account.
Yeah.
Yeah, the recycling revolving account takes in money off of the recyclables.
Right, we
And
know,
it's
right.
largely spent back onto recycling equipment. It doesn't necessarily go back into DPW directly.
How much is in that fund now, do we know?
I don't, and that would be a good question for Laura, what that tab is.
You'll be able to pull it up in a minute on the laptop. Why we keep her around. So I don't have to go, I'll get back to you next meeting.
Well, there was a solid waste budget that we'll be coming to later.
Yeah.
So even though it's in here, it's gonna be
No,
another dump it?
so we still have the separate budgets, but what you'll notice is like, for grounds and maintenance, all the wages got pulled out of grounds and maintenance and pushed into full-time wages under DPW. That's why this wage line is up. It's not just wage increases, the 4%. But you'll see on these other budgets as we start going through them, that, the wage lines are zeroed out.
Right, a pattern will emerge, like
Yeah.
mowers and tires are still small equipment. And
Right, yeah. Yeah, so like Ryan was saying, the full-time wage line is for 23 employees. That's all of the personnel in DPW.
So why don't we just keep solid waste center money in that, so we can see a pattern versus putting it all in here, and it gets a little gray.
It's not, so that revolving account
Well, the
only
people are in here,
applies.
right?
What?
The labor, the
Personnel.
people are in here.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Why
the-
not keep them in the solid waste? They're all under the same umbrella, but at least we can see a pattern over the years. We can't see a pattern this way because there was stuff over here and the stuff over here.
What's the
No.
pattern you're trying to look at, though? With just the personnel and the wages,
Increases.
the reason we did that is because, believe it or not, the town was billing itself for resources. So when we had wages in different departments, when people were calling out sick at the solid waste because we only have 3 personnel, highway department was billing the solid waste department to pay the overtime for the highway guys that they were sending over to there. So it became very messy because you had everything so isolated, and grounds and maintenance was under Parks and Rec. So when grounds and maintenance got tasked to go to the cemetery, they were billing out the cemetery department. And then the cemetery department, I think you'll probably remember this back in the day, the cemetery department purchased that remember that silver truck, said cemetery across it? And there was several people, several people in the public, large group in the public, got very upset when they saw grounds and maintenance driving the cemetery truck. It really became a sticking point and an issue. So what we were trying to do by doing that is even though the like balers and equipment that are specific to that are still all in the solid waste, we meshed the main vehicle fleet and the wages all under DPW so that we're not billing other departments and other operating budgets throughout the town, that everything is a shared resource under DPW.
Correct, yeah. It does still, having some of the stuff separate, as far as like Ryan's saying, the stationary equipment up at the solid waste facility, that's never gonna go anywhere. It does, for me, help it, keep it separated so I can see a trend with that equipment being this way. But as far as all the other resources that are shared, yeah, they are.
And yeah, that's why I asked what we were trying to see with the trend, aside from the wages, what you will be able to see is what, what we're paying for recycling, hauling, and demo collection. That's all still broke out because that's completely separate. Did you find out about the revolving account? What do you got?
The current balance as of October 31st is $469,889 available in the recycling revolving fund.
Any purchases that are coming up for the solid waste that can be covered by that money? That 400 and almost 70,000?
Coming out of the recycling revolving is the other half of the roll-off trucks lease payment that is shared with the recycling revolving, so that's, let me flip to that, yeah.
Is that in the solid waste one?
It is, yeah.
We can wait till we get there then.
Okay.
Okay. I was just curious because I knew there was a fund. I didn't know there was that much money in it.
Yeah. They fund all of the recycling program out of that. It's self-funding, even though they approve a budget through that, that comes out. It's, same idea as, the ambulance. So the ambulance revolving fund through billing for ambulance care, they have a healthy fund, and even though we allocate a proposed operating budget so they can control the expenditures, that doesn't get brought through and added and raised through taxation. It's self-funded through the revolving account. And same thing with the recycling. They have an account established so that a structure, sort of transparency in budgeting, but it's being funded through that revolving account. We're not raising money through taxation for recycling. Now, remember, there is a separation between that revolving account only covers recycling. It's not regular trash and demo collection and stuff.
Correct, yeah.
Correct? And just correct me
Yep,
if I'm
yep,
wrong,
and that
because
account, there is some rules to that account where it needs to be utilized for recycling equipment and purposes. It's just for numbers, the ask for the recycling revolving account this year is $111,201 to be taken from the recycling revolving to help
Do
offset.
we know what we take in an average year?
I don't
Do you
have.
know, an average year, do you know what the revenues are roughly? for
And I know,
recycling?
and I know it fluctuates, that,
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know.
Tick tock, tick tock.
We collected $139,474.
Thank you. It's a healthy chunk.
Mhm.
Okay.
And with the roll-off truck, it's actually gonna get better, because we can, now we're not locked into a hauling contract to certain locations, so we've been able to, Seth's been shopping who's paying the best for each recyclable. So what was the one that just jumped up that you were talking about?
So scrap metal. Before we used to deal with Berwick Iron out of Maine, and they would come get our scrap metal, and they'd give us 65 a ton for it. Now that we're able to haul it ourselves, we're getting 140 a ton for it, and we have the ability to shop around to what scrap yard's paying the best. So as the prices jump around, we call around, see who's got the best price, and that's where it goes. As
Is
long
this
as
a
it makes sense
do
to
we
get
sign
there.
a contract with them, or is it just
Nope.
month by month?
Yeah, month by month.
Yeah.
The scrap metal price often changes weekly. So, yeah, and same with the aluminum cans. Right now, we're actually hauling the aluminum cans over to Lambert's, and they're giving us the best price for them.
We got-
I just wanted to follow up with, in 2024, we also, we gaining the 139,000, we spent 111 in expenditures from the recycling. So you really only profited,
But we covered the entire expense and profited a little bit.
Else have any questions on this one?
I just have one comment on the invasive species control, because there is so much Japanese knotweed, like it's just taken off down the rivers and streams.
It is,
And
yeah.
bittersweet as well. So I would just, if there was some way to do some public education or work with the Conservation Commission and Parks and Rec, just to kind of get the word out, like, no, do not use bittersweet for your Christmas decorations, or,
Yeah,
you'd at least stop the blooms of the, just some general, like,
yeah.
help us.
Yeah, we have had a couple new colonies sprout up along our roads. We do keep log of all our colonies with the tablets that we have that we use for all the stormwater and stuff. We have had a couple new colonies pop up, and we've also had a pretty big colony of range grass come up over on Range Road.
See, I'm not even aware of that. So, okay. Thank you, Seth. I think you've been doing a great job with your innovations and problem solving.
Thank you.
So what is, the town using for the invasive species control? Is it, Roundup, glyphosate?
We have to hire it out because we do not have a pesticide application license. So we sub that out to a contractor who has the licenses, and they come around and they spray the areas.
They use a controlled pesticide. You have to be licensed.
Yeah.
To hold that.
Do you happen to know what they use?
It is a commercial Roundup. Yeah.
No, but Roundup, the glyphosate is very toxic to the environment, but
It is. But they're a company that's licensed, to put it down. They're putting it down correctly. They have the license to do so. Knotweed is a very sturdy plant. It's not easy to get rid of.
believe me, I know, I have it on my property.
Yeah. I can get you the exact, what they're putting down. I do get it in the invoice. They tell us
Just,
what in
thinking
the
about the
amount.
lake and the waterways. They're gonna put down what they put down. They're gonna use what they use. But that's just a concern of mine. I don't use it on my property because of that reason.
I think this is pretty much a standard process that I think the state's using too. I mean, granted, it doesn't mean we have to use it, but there's not
There
a
are.
lot of effective options out there besides ripping it out and sit in the off season.
Just on the route and really trying to do it very targeted applications.
Yeah. From my understanding, the roots of those can go up to 20 feet either direction. And you can't always get it in the first go. So, like Julie, like you said, there is a way to go about it, and they cut it and they spray it
And
in a
they-
particular manner at a certain time of year as well.
So goats couldn't.
What's that?
goats put in control.
If they were there on a regular basis for a long time.
Yeah,
It's taken me about 14 years on average to get a patch, going out every spring. Every time when it gets 12, 14 inches, pulling the root, you just keep at it.
goats could eat it regularly, but as far as actually removing it, no. The taproot goes very deep and very wide.
So the glyphosate will be going deep and wide into the ground.
We could ask them for some, I'm sure they have a data sheet or something that they would share with.
Yeah,
Yep.
I could get some more information from the company if you'd like it for you.
Necessary.
We'll look
Thank you.
online and see what they are. I never heard of either. I've heard of knothead control.
Great. I'm good.
Anybody else?
I'll make a motion to approve the DPW budget of $2,107,862.
Second.
Discussion on that number? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
What's your pleasure next?
Solid waste, or is that, since he's still here?
Yeah, that's.
Stuff?
But we're gonna do all of them with
Okay.
him.
Right,
We've got
but-
4 of them.
Solid waste?
So,
Nice snag.
all right.
So again, with solid waste, trying to keep it as level funded as possible. That still ended up with an increase of $53,302 over 25. And that was largely due to contracted increases. We did enter into a new contract with Waste Management for disposal of our trash. I did reach out to Casella as well. And we decided to go with Waste Management, and they had a better rate, about $30 a ton better. So it did increase to $100 a ton for disposal of household waste and C and D. But on this first page here, you'll see a lot of these have been moved either to DPW or being expensed out of the recycling revolving account. All those lines will be removed.
Did the price of fuel go down or up?
It's been pretty stable. I do have that number for you. It's on my first one.
What, almost $1,800 increase.
We're still currently getting it from the state. They do have the best price. They've been tracking right around $2.63 a gallon for diesel and $2.30 for gas. DEF were average about $8 for a 2.5 gallon jug.
So why was the increase?
You might wanna get into the explanation of the roll-off truck. 'Cause that
Yeah.
was Probably the expense of that, but
It says it doesn't include the roll-off truck. For fuel,
I'm sorry, where are you looking?
4324, 214.
214.
Page 3.
Okay. Gotcha. That is for the equipment up at
Yeah,
that
the
is for the equipment up at the facility, the loader and the skid steer. Yeah.
And it went up 1,800 bucks?
So the old loader that they had, apparently I was not here for it, did get a little bit better gallons per hour. They are seeing an increased gallons per hour out of the Hitachi loader they have up there now. So there was some increase to that.
that is 2 years worth, from 36 to 53 is
Yeah.
going all the way back to 23's prices.
Yeah, I apologize. I do not have 23's price.
Do we know how much we spent this year so far on that? I'm just curious.
Yeah, as far as for the 214 line,
Yes,
I believe we are, am I reading this backwards? We spent 3,073.
up until when?
My report was 9 of 16,
Okay.
I have a current one if you want.
That's not,
or is that remaining?
no, that's what was,
9 of 16, so that was.
Oh, that's actual. Yep.
Yeah.
No, he's got it.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're at 3,000.
From today, I have one from today, I just
Okay,
ran this,
yeah.
yeah. Year-to-date expended on the line of 214 for vehicle fuel is $3,950. So 3,950.
So it is, the cost is up a little too.
This is the number from a couple of years ago, I guess, that 3605. Okay.
So it's overspent right now by 345.
Well, do we know what the price per gallon calculated in this year's default budget versus next year's budget that's in here? On the diesel,
from
this is
20
basically for diesel, right?
Diesel, yes, yeah.
Okay, so what would be the cost per gallon that we're operating under now?
What we're doing now?
Now, yeah.
Oh, what he just gave
Yeah,
you for a number.
$2,
That was
sorry,
the current state rate.
Yeah,
Our state
$2
rate
and
is at the shed.
63 cents.
So the price is the same from,
No, because the
No.
price
Right,
on what the default is from 25 was 2023's price.
which is, do we know?
I didn't have a look here, I do have my
You
other
do it?
spreadsheet,
You do it?
yeah. Yeah, give me 1 second here, I can. $3.06, I believe.
So the price has gone down,
It's gone down.
and but the budget's gone up for this one about 50%, more or less.
Yeah, like I said, they've been seeing an increased usage of fuel. That loader is not getting the gallons per hour that the previous loader was.
Well, the other thing is when we came out of the default, the usage, we were just coming out of COVID.
You say there were 3 employees at the dump full-time?
Yep.
There's 4.
4, sorry. That's why I looked to you when I
Yeah.
said that after I said like, oh, maybe.
There's 4.
I have a question about waste disposal fees. MSW is like mixed solid waste, is that?
Yes, MSW is your
So,
household trash garbage.
405. So, that budget's gone up quite a bit. I'm wondering if you've got any data on the tonnage from year to year? Is that price going up because it's more expensive to dispose of it, or are we increasing?
Yes, yes, the amount's gone up because we did enter into a new contract. Previously, we were paying less. We were at $100 a ton to get rid of it now. Before, we were at 93.
And is the amount relatively stable over time?
Yeah, the amount is relatively the same. That has not gone up all that much. But it's keeping the usage the same. I think to date, we're at 1,602 tons.
Yeah, so that is tracked among
Yes.
your records, so
Yep.
I'm like, go into 2027 and we have perhaps more screening or fewer out-of-towners coming.
Right.
That might go down considerably. Thank you, Seth.
Can I clarify the solid waste fuel line from 2023? It was overexpended by $1,100 in 2023, and it was overexpended in '24 by about $500. So it's been overexpended every year.
Steady trend in usage increase.
So yeah, it was probably not budgeted at the gallon usage, right?
Any more questions?
Make a motion to approve the DPW solid waste budget of $394,641.
I will second it.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So. Next one. Which one do we want next?
Do cemetery. That's an easy one. The only budget you're gonna see that went down.
Office supplies went up 25%. Yes, if the overall budget went down.
That's because of the new tracking software and stuff like that. There's more admin costs involved.
Again, a lot of these lines you'll see have been zeroed or moved.
Everybody works for free there, that's great. Just curious, why did dues and fees go up so much? Increase or more?
It costs a lot to stay in there.
Yeah. The
It's forever.
Chronicle subscription?
Yeah, it was the Chronicle subscription. So we did add Chronicle. It is a software that lives on the computer that tracks all of both cemeteries, New Riverside and Old Riverside. It's gonna be rolling out soon. They've been working on it. It allows people to go on and find their loved ones in there, and they can actually give them directions to the lot, as well as it's photographed, aerial photographs, and every stone is photographed and recorded.
Not to open a can of worms, but does that do the private cemeteries, the ones that are on private land?
It does not.
No?
No, that is just for New Riverside and Old Riverside.
Isn't there a group in town that tracks?
It was. I don't know.
Marty.
Like Marty.
Marty,
Nielsen,
yeah,
Marty
Nielsen
was
does a very
doing
good
it
job, yeah.
Quite a bit, but I'm not sure how active he is now. But he documented most of them back in the day.
Yeah, there was one behind my house on Youngtown that I showed them where it was.
And I know there's a group of scouts that they're trying to track down all the veterans from like all the wars, all the way back.
Yeah.
I've got a question about 309 and just a variety of maintenance costs. Is there any capital improvement plan or some plan? Like, it seems like there should be a fund for ongoing.
Yeah, there is a CRF for the New Riverside Cemetery as far as for the expansion, but this is more or less for just the day-to-day maintenance
Yeah.
of the different buildings. There is a couple.
So there's no, I mean, that's just like you would do for any other building.
Yeah,
maintenance.
yeah. That's paint, windows, siding,
All right.
any interior items too.
A motion that we approve of the cemetery budget
I'll
of
second the motion.
7,800.
Second. Go ahead, Hal.
Any discussion except fighting for the second? All in favor? Opposed? All right. Let's go. Maintenance, is that?
Yep, grounds and maintenance would be the last one, and that does have a decrease of $7,700 and $7,731.
Where is he?
4194.
This budget also has some lines that will be removed. A lot of the trimming that went on with this budget was the electrical rates for all the different buildings.
What's the,
I don't know if it was,
I'm sorry, it was before Seth took over,
Yeah.
but because we went back to 23, that was a year that they projected a big scare in electrical rates, and they told us, because we didn't get a rate, they only give us an estimate to budget off of, and they came in with a
it was a large.
what was it,
increase.
72% increase? 72%, but, yeah, but we didn't the increase wasn't realized in its full. So because the rate keeps carrying over in the default, we're able to cut it this year, so.
that answers that question.
It created panic.
It looks like you're really expecting propane to jack up this year, though. I'm looking at 304.
Well,
town
part
hall
of that
building.
is actually the town hall building with a new system, it was oil fired.
Oh, okay, so
before, right?
that's
So
a
just switching
replacement of the
over.
actual-
We switched,
Yeah.
yeah, switched.
Okay.
That's another savings in electrical too, between that, just to clarify too, because those mini splits, we used to have 17 mini splits. Those are all gone now, so that helps a little too.
This is super educational reading through all these budgets.
323 went down a lot.
323, yeah. So that,
Especially for the bathrooms in the day.
it is. Again, it's just looking at the last 3 years usages and using that as a number to go forward with. That's the number I came up with. The east side restrooms is costing us about 43, 49 a month, and the west side's about 82, 84 a month.
Are all the town buildings propane now?
All but
DPW.
DPW is the only
Yeah,
one?
the
So
DPW is the only one, and the solid waste garage, the recycling building, I should say, is still heated with oil. That's heated with waste oil. There is still a propane backup in there, though, in case some reason they run low on waste oil.
We've changed almost everything else, right?
Yeah.
Museums, propane now,
Museum's propane.
and the bathrooms are propane, or the west side.
Yeah.
East side's still not heated, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. We're good?
I make a motion that we approve, the grounds and maintenance budget of, at $140,093.
Second.
Discussion, everybody get the, what, no? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
What's that? Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Cool, thank you.
Any chance we can get the rest of Stockbridge Corner Road paved?
The rest of Stockbridge Corner?
Yeah. On the, New Durham side.
Oh,
It's only like 100 yards, something like that.
we can see.
We can see.
Oh, which one do we want to do next?
Problem if I didn't ask. Asking.
Go back to the top. Elections and registration.
Sheet on that?
Yeah.
On election?
You probably got it last week, last.
No, it should be in your packet for tonight.
The library. There it is.
Let's see.
All right. Elections, right? Is that what I said? Yeah. 4140. Let's go to elections.
Elections, so you know, the town clerk, Jen had met back with the Board of Selectmen. I did kind of pose the query to the board about the registration tablets that they were looking to propose. The board decided against them because of the current state of the budget and took them, the Board of Selectmen took them out. So what you're looking at now is the budget that was originally the same thing that was presented by the department head minus about $12,500,
500, yeah.
which was the voting tablets. And election and registration is pretty straightforward, as it's all driven by the number of elections we have each year. You know, some years we have one, some years we have three. So the increases jump up and down just based off of what our statutory requirements are for elections. And this is another one, a good example this will be one of the changes you'll see reflected in the default budget too, because by statute, we're required to hold our elections, so it's a statutory requirement.
How many elections in 26? 3?
3.
Any questions, answers?
No, but I would recommend that people go back and look at the Board of Selectmen meeting for the conversation that the Board of Selectmen had with Jen and Jean Young, because it was quite informative relative to what kind of software and tablets they were talking about. And it wasn't a long discussion.
Yeah. Yeah, the moderator was there with Jen too. They had, tested out the software, the products, and visited, talked with other towns.
Okay.
What are audio students? 015.
015, oh, that's, for we have to pay for the audio support over at the deliberative session.
No.
They
Oh,
have kids
the
from the
high
audio
schoolers
club,
that
so
work
when
at-
they go up in the tower and spend the evening listening to us,
To pay.
yeah,
We
it's
have to
not
pay
really, what? Yeah,
To volunteer.
I don't think we pay the student, I think we pay the school, right? A small fee
I
for
think
it,
it's a small stipend to the student.
to the student who
itself.
does it?
Yeah, like because of the position that they get to work and for credit.
We use their skills.
For credit?
Yeah.
Alright.
I was just curious.
It's not
Mm.
much.
No.
It's- Okay.
It covers their dinner out of the vending machine.
I'll make a motion to approve the election registration budget of $20,207.
Second? I'll second for discussion.
Huh?
All right. Discussion, somebody must have discussion. Second. No? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That was easy. Let's do insurance, that's been sitting on the top of my pile.
That was Greg.
It was, yeah, just. Insurance.
All right. Insurance or insurance one? Or
4196, yeah.
Which one?
4196, insurance.
So insurance is pretty basic. These rates are given to us by Primex each year. So these increases reflect what Primex is actually charging us for an increase this year. I will say overall, insurance is only a 5.36% increase, which is pretty decent for what's going on in the world today with insurance costs.
Make a motion, 363, 420 for account 4196 insurance.
Second.
Discussion? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut anybody off. Anybody have discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? All right, insurance is done.
But let's go to IT, since we're in the neighborhood,
Wow,
if we can.
find it. There it is, right there.
Library?
I,
Oh, I
IT.
did, sorry.
4145. IT.
It's still in your packet.
How many people are in this department? Are
One.
the wages for?
What's that?
How many people are the wages for?
Just one full-time. That's the IT manager.
And will you answer the questions for him here tonight, Ryan?
Yes. So most of the increases in this budget, if you look down, are software. Software is a big increase. And what that is mind you, again, the $22,000, 22.5 number is from 23. Since then, all of our department software subscriptions have gone up 2 years. And we don't really have much control over that unless we keep shopping software. Most of our softwares are a 3 to 5 year contract. And they're broke down here in his supporting information. Again, 512 is software upgrades. And a lot of this has to do with,
Windows 11.
yes. And some of the protections and the lack of support.
security.
Yeah, and security.
I brought this up for years in the past. Have we considered, instead of Microsoft Office, looking at free alternatives? There are countries using free alternatives.
It's not recommended by Josh. He's explored it, but he doesn't really feel like they're as reliable. That question did get raised.
Well, there are countries using them, not states, countries using free alternatives.
Venezuela.
No.
Yeah, they third world?
I believe
We need examples.
one or two Scandinavian countries do.
Mm.
You guys laugh, but it's true. Don't, I mean, okay.
I'm making a note to look into that.
What's that?
Yep.
I have a question, and I didn't see it under one of the subcategories. Maybe you know, I know like you can pay your dog register license fees, right, online. And I know that Parks and Rec has been trying to set up something so folks could register for things online. And I'm thinking about the solid waste stickers at some point online. Do we have, is there one set of software, or are we making progress, or is, like, what's the status of?
Yeah, we just recently changed over, we're in the process of still changing over our AP, but payroll has gone through, correct me if I'm wrong, with MTS, which is a new financing software altogether wrapped in.
Right, I saw you were trying to.
So we're in the process of making that
Consolidate that.
changeover. Some of the issues that we've run into is not necessarily software about paying online. It's where the account is going and the accountability. Because we have such stringent audit requirements every year, they were dumping batch payments off the online software into our accounts
So you
without
couldn't
breaking it. We couldn't track. This is for a dog registration, this is for, Parks and Rec program.
Right.
And I know Kelly has been trying desperately, she has brought it up almost
Yeah,
every department head
it
meeting.
was like if the transfer folks could just scan something and say, okay, you've got your sticker, or you're, good to go.
Yeah, we are definitely working toward that. Our finance software wasn't user-friendly, not to mention we keep getting hit with these softwares that sell out. And this is exactly what happened. We used BMSI, how many years? Probably at least 10, 15 years at most. 15 years, they sold out to another
Mergers and
company.
acquisitions, folks.
Yeah, so when they sold out, they tried to force upon us the new company forced upon a massive price increase in the subscription with no additional service or support. They actually were taking the local support out of state. So we were kind of forced to upgrade and move at that point in time. We felt like we upgraded in a positive, but it's not exactly like we had a lot of planning. They basically threw it on us and said, oh, here you go, we just sold out to G-Works and it's G-Works. I looked at you because I want to make sure I was calling it the right thing.
Just so people don't think that I'm nuts.
Mm-hmm.
In France, their inter-ministerial working group runs LibreOffice on 500,000 PCs. The Spanish Autonomous Region of Valencia has it on 120,000 PCs. Italy has it on 100,000. Taiwan, 24,000. Brazil, 10,000. I saw Germany, but it's not listed here. So countries are using it. You know, again, and it's only $4,500, but that's every year. And if we can use something for free, just a thought. So,
I'll have to ask Josh,
I
some
mean,
more technical questions involved to that, because I just don't know how that matches up with anything else that we have running on the system. I do know that there was an inquiry about that, and, his exact, response wasn't favorable, but I would rather get more detailed information from him for you.
well, Microsoft is easy, you know, if we've been using it for years, it's easy, but
He did raise security.
Yeah,
agreement
he did.
Security several times in the discussion.
well, these other, I mean, again, there's countries using it, so. All right, I don't want to beat a dead horse. Anybody else? We'll move on from my, general expense, there's no breakdown or anything. What's in general expense 139? It says 5,200 is the average spent, but what's entailed in general expense?
General expense comes into, parts, pieces, or, usually hardware-related items, not software-related items that aren't specifically budgeted out, things that weren't foreseen to go bad or break, or, I'm trying to think of, what do you call that thing? I know you know the name of it, I can't think of it off the top of my head. What? No, I was thinking Greg, I know Greg knows what it is, but what are those things where you plug everything into,
Router?
Router, switch?
no, the switches, like switches going bad, different things like that. That's usually, that's really what the catch-all is he tries to break out what he anticipates on a regular maintenance schedule, what's gonna be either obsolete, non-supported, or in due of it, or of a upgrade or a change. But general expenses for the items that, they just die on us, they go bad, cameras break, things like that. Because, you know, Josh is responsible for also our security cameras that are, around the other buildings, not just stuff in here for the meetings and things, but, you know, any of the unforeseen or unplanned, replacements.
Do we know what hardware accessories is?
Hardware accessories are usually, keyboards, mouses, things like that, that he knows that he needs to, we have, more of he has a scheduled replacement, schedule, replacement plan for all the PCs that we have in town. We usually rotate through where we buy, so we're not getting hit. One year we got hit buying, what was it, like 19 PCs all at once. It was a big whack. We ended up taking it out of the capital reserve. So now we have a staggered rotation plan that he maintains and monitors, based on the age and, use of any particular workstation, whether it's here, whether it's DPW, the stuff down, the PD's got a lot. So does the fire department, because they're running electronics on tablets and all of their apparatus and cruisers. Plus, they have their workstations in the departments themselves. So, I do know, just from my experience, speaking from my experience down at the police department over the years, we had a lot of, scheduled replacements for cruiser tablets and things like that, because everything they work on now is, they even print tickets from a headrest printer now in the cruiser. We don't even write tickets anymore. Accidents, same thing, it's a direct software to the state of New Hampshire, it goes right to DMV now, right from the cruiser. So the technology is come leaps and bounds, and with that it comes twofold to Greg's question. One, unforeseen breaks and repairs, but also regular scheduled replacements and maintenance.
Maintenance, yeah, for software and the devices. so.
All right.
Make a motion?
Okay, I move that we approve the Information Technology Department budget 2026 of 210,412.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right.
Let's do benefit administration. If you don't mind. Trying to pick and choose the ones that are
Which one you want to do?
a hard one, an easy one, a hard one, or self-contained.
I think
So-
we're, I think we're on a glide path out of here.
What's that?
I think we're on a glide path out of here.
Well, the big thing is benefit administration. I will tell you that I usually cringe when I have to present this because this is our health insurance. And on an average, we're usually looking at a 22% increase. I will tell you that we made a deal, I should say, the ladies made a deal. I will not take any credit for that. I usually do, but
They're
they-
here and looking at you.
Yeah, they're in the room. No, they worked very hard to make a deal because we lost our health trust in the middle of the year. They went belly up, which is not a good sign for anything. New Hampshire, health trust went belly up and they dropped everybody in the health
The
trust.
insurer, the insurer?
Yeah, the insurer. So we ended up going back. We had to go to Anthem, back to Anthem from Harvard Pilgrim after we had just made a contract with them, and they worked a deal with Anthem to give us a 3% increase for 18 months. Only 3%, which we were averaging like 21 a year, 21%. So this benefit administration budget is only increased a whopping 1.58%. So we have a 1.5% increase in this is what, a $2 million budget or more?
Thank you, women.
Yep.
Good job,
28
ladies.
Yeah, $2.8 million.
That needs to be highlighted in the every door direct mail or whatever it is that we send out.
Of course, I'll take credit for it in that, but that's what I'm just. You too.
Well, he may take credit, but we know where the truth is.
This is
Yeah,
public
Carol's doing the
recorded too,
minutes.
right?
Yeah, I already had to disclose that it was all them in the selectmen's meeting too, so. It's been recorded several times. No, that was a hard time for us. That was stressful here and they pulled it out. They did a lot of research, a lot of homework, a lot of, haggling,
It's negotiating.
yes. But we could have easily been taken advantage of at that point in time. I think a lot of towns were worried that that's what was gonna happen, cause they literally gave us 30-day notice not to provide health insurance for employees.
Just one last thing on the last thing. There's actually 34 countries using Libra. 34. France,
You gotta-
Spain,
you gotta
Italy,
ask 'em.
Germany, Taiwan, Brazil, Czech Republic.
And they're all using Libre, is that what it's called?
Libra Office.
Libra Office.
All right,
So,
I'm asking my friends.
That's,
It's not the,
no, but, everybody looked at me like I was the,
I only take credit for the good things. I
Like
don't
I'm
take
crazy.
credit.
but I'm gonna bust you back. too.
Mm.
But I didn't know there were 34 countries.
Mm.
That's pretty cool. All right, anyway, back to insurance. That's more funner. So I'm gonna ask, what percent do employees pay for their health insurance? Et cetera, et cetera.
3% or 3.5? 3.5.
3.5.
Mhm.
So just, see my calculator, so 3.5%, what does a family plan cost per year?
Somewhere.
27, 28? Yeah, sure, you may be over.
So if we say 25,000?
Mhm.
4 employees have it, and it's 860,000. So divide to,
Wow. Good deal.
what is it?
Is it 28,000? 3.5%. $980 a year divided by 52. $18.85 a week. Wow. I think, well, not much.
It's 3%.
More, sorry, just a little editorial, that more than makes up for not getting as much pay. More than makes up.
Mhm.
More, I think, anyway, for what I'm paying. What most people are paying. All right. Any other questions on this? After we've vexed?
I'll make a motion to approve the insurance budget of $2,841,118.
The second?
Or benefits, not insurance, sorry.
Mhm.
There a second?
I'll second it.
There discussion? No discussion.
Job.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Library.
How about the library?
I heard that Holly is retiring.
She is. Yep.
So
First of the year. What's that? First of the year.
so she's going at the first of the year.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, reduced budget due to a new director.
Yeah. That's why you see the wage line went down. Based on the hiring of a new director.
Is the library budget still sort of off limits or something?
Yeah, it's all, so statutorily, no, it's the trustees, the library trustees decide on the budget. They always present it, it comes forward, but technically what the trustees approve is what goes forward by state law. Trustees, library trustees have their own statutory protections, which I had to do some research on that this year with the employees, because even though the town owns the building, oversees things, the trustees control the employees, control the wages, control expenditures, all that. So this is a budget that's been through the Board of Selectmen, but brought to them by Holly, the director, and the Board of Trustees.
Okay. Who made the budget up? The trustees?
No, Holly. Holly presents it, puts it
Would
together.
you thank her for the detailed information that we get in this budget versus the other budgets?
Sure.
And the little written summary at the end is nice too, just kind of capsulizing
Oh,
the whole year. I realize most departments couldn't do that because they're doing way too 360 degrees, but think this is the only budget I looked at where nothing jumped out at me.
Donations below.
Hopefully things will improve a little bit, but this is the first year with this budgetary software. Remember, well, the years past, you remember the justification sheets were
Love those.
completely different, yeah.
I love those, yeah.
What makes this a little more appealing for the future is that we're not doing so many, the justification sheets were more hard printed paper. They can actually, the department heads can go into this software and input their budget information. So they all went through training about a month and a half before they started entering their budgets. Holly probably grasped it a little bit quicker, maybe. I will say there was a few people that, you know, obviously weren't as computer savvy.
It's a learning curve.
Yes, there is a learning curve for sure. That's why it wasn't deliberately light, but they were hand, trim, they weren't cutting and pasting. They had to input everything back in.
I mean, you know, the books in the past.
Yeah, yeah.
Were that thick because every line item
We were killing a lot of trees.
keeps people employed.
Yeah.
The library board of trustees, they have their own fund, a slush fund? or-
They do. They have trust funds that they're in control of.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of those, like you see, that's why the operating costs are so low for the entire library.
Yeah.
They do offset some of their services, with the trust funds, but they manage them based off of the interest accrued and their investments and stuff. And there are those trusts come with certain restrictions.
Restrictions, yeah,
So, they do, when they need something, when they, you know, that's above and beyond and stuff, a lot of times they supplement repairs sometimes at the library. Yeah,
Do you know the balance of their funds offhand?
I don't. We don't have access to that at all.
I mean, there's not really a lot we can do to this anyway.
No.
I mean, it's.
But you can ask any questions you want. I can help explain whatever. The unique thing about the library, aside from the trustees and stuff like that, is they do operate quasi-independently. Like, they don't belong to they don't belong to our network. Their internet services are completely different, all that, because they're online over there for the public to use their computers and things like that. Completely different than our system and our firewalls and stuff. So they are a little bit independent over there. But, you know, we do work well together. I mean, we handle all of that was one of the questions or the things that we were going through this year was with the hiring of a new director and stuff like that. So the town, even though they're controlling funds and doing that, we do all of I say they do all of the payroll, the personnel stuff, the reporting, all that stuff. What are you nodding your head for? I've given you all the credit in the world today.
They can use that Libra software, the free internet thing.
Do
The
they?
free, no, but they can, I'm telling,
Oh,
he's promoting that. They could easily use it over there
yeah, that's true.
to save them a few pennies.
34 countries use it.
Mm.
The library is very generous with, you know, the public space and the meetings they host and their great
Absolutely.
assets.
No, they do a wonderful job over there, and they're very passionate about what they do for the community.
All right, I'll make a
Do we
motion.
have a replacement for Holly?
Yes.
Oh, we do?
Yep, they did a full, she stayed on purposely to do part of the hiring process with them, with the trustees. So they put on, a whole hiring process, interview process. They got several qualified, you know, directors, former directors in other smaller libraries. And
Is
they-
it public who they hired?
what's that?
Is it?
Yeah, yeah, they brought it,
And from where?
here, I'll give you this. This was what was given to the Board of Selectmen.
Yeah, she's starting.
That's the
Eileen Gilbert.
Yeah, she's starting on the 9th until the end of the year as a trainee under Holly.
Holly's doing a full changing of the guard
It's gonna be summer.
with her, which will be nice.
Where is the new library?
Didn't say.
Here.
Oh, there it is. It's on,
Oh, you can start on that end.
it says
They can come-
they've included a copy of the application and resume, but it's not here.
That was in the Board of Selectmen's packet the other night, but I ended up having a copy of that left in my book, so. I mean, it's public, they present it, so.
I'll make a motion to, I guess, approve or accept the library budget of $172,178.
Second.
Discussion. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That it?
Yep.
Looks
That's it.
like it.
We got
Approval of minutes.
Well, yeah, but that's budget. Hey, what time is it? It's too fast.
Job, Greg.
I think we need to stay longer.
No.
We're not done yet. We're done with the budgets. Got other stuff to talk
Well,
about.
we can be. Minutes of the 29th. All right, everybody get a chance to read them?
Thoroughly.
So shouldn't it say that I wasn't here?
Not listed as present.
I don't, no, I mean, I don't care. I just,
Not listed as present, so.
I mean,
We just discounted you altogether.
I was
Greg.
confused.
Oh.
Meeting's over. Years ago, we used to do that. We used to put, but, no, don't do it because I like, we used to say if it was an excused absence or unexcused, because if there's so many, if there's so many unexcused in a row, then you can boot them off. It's up to the board, it's not up to me. And when you guys are ready to make a motion,
Make a motion to approve the minutes from October 29th, 2025 of the Budget Committee meeting.
I'll second the motion.
discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Me? Cool.
Set the date for
School Joint
Other business.
Budget Committee presentation.
Yeah, we got.
We were looking,
Go ahead.
asking or requesting the 18th of December, which is a Thursday. Yeah,
That's the joint, they want two people to sit on the.
that's with Barnstead's Budget Committee. This is the, oh, wait, I'm sorry. You're right. I wanted to ask too about the, presentation for the school here. If we could do our next meeting. Sorry, let's do this one first on the
Yeah,
agenda and then
Yeah.
figure out our next.
Some dates and hopefully,
Yeah.
planning it out to the public hearing. If that works, but, so the joint board, there's two members that, we're looking for two volunteers from the budget committee to sit on the joint board with the school. The school sent us an email looking at, so they want their first meeting to be on Tuesday, December 2nd. They have a Tuesday, December 9th as a as-needed date if they don't get it done the first night. And then there's a public hearing for the school side of things, not our public hearing here, scheduled for 12/11, which is the following Thursday. So the two volunteers that are willing to do it would definitely have a scheduled meeting on December 2nd, Tuesday, December 2nd. The 9th is only if it's needed, only if the meeting goes over and they need more time for decisions. I don't know how often that happens, but the school budget lately has been pretty tight. And then Thursday, the 11th, December 11th is their public hearing to present that, so.
And where's that going to be?
Those are held at the library at Prospect Mountain High School
Okay.
from 6 to 8 p.m.
So the 11th is for the joint budget committee public hearing.
Yes.
Who wants to do it? I'm gonna be in New York on Tuesday the 2nd.
Yeah, and
So I
I'm
can't do it.
chairing a Friends of Parks and Rec meeting that night, so.
So there's three of you left.
Got
Well,
Beth's
you
here,
can't,
right?
Come on, Hal.
Christie, you can't, you
can't.
can't be on it.
Okay,
No.
so the
it needs to
second,
be you.
so this is a commitment for the 2nd and the 11th?
Yes.
Yeah.
The 9th is only if needed,
Right.
if it runs over.
And what is it exactly that that person would be doing?
Uh,
Wait.
Go ahead.
You're gonna be meeting with the Barnstead Budget Committee members, 3 of them, and I'll be there too, but to go over the school budget and review it and make sure that we're,
Just the high school joint.
just the high school one, because we share that budget with Barnstead. So it'll be a chance for Alton and Barnstead to review the budget together and
So their school board budget and, I mean, their school board and ours.
not school board, the Barnstead, the town of Barnstead Budget Committee, so their cohorts like us, like you guys, would be
Yeah.
meeting together.
Especially you.
There's 34 countries that aren't like us.
That's including the United States.
I guess I can do that.
Oh, I'm going to.
I guess I can do that.
Since they have no choice but to volunteer, right?
Al, you volunteering too?
I,
Thank you.
We got Beth, right?
We can voluntold Beth. I don't know how happy she'll be about that, but.
okay.
Thank you, guys.
So, this will be from 6 to 8 in the, what library?
At the high school.
Okay.
Prospect Mountain.
And just a heads up on the 2nd, I think there's also a holiday concert at the same time, so you might want to get there a little early and find parking.
Second.
Yeah. In the auditorium.
We just got volunteers. Don't scare them now. I was like, ah, that's it. I'm out.
Where the library is?
Right.
I can find it. It must be inside the building.
That's what I wanted to discuss
When you go in,
next.
you
and
go in,
see
it's
if
actually
we would be
all the way
able
down the
to
main
18th
hallway.
of December
on the-
to go
at
over
the-
that
Toward
one.
the end, go past the gymnasium.
To the gymnasium, to the cafeteria.
So you know where,
Oh, the gymnasium where we vote.
well, that's the auditorium. And then you keep going straight, you go through the cafeteria,
Yeah.
and then the gymnasium's on.
Also on the left where we vote.
Yeah, no, you're right. We did vote in there. I forgot we voted there this year. I was thinking deliberative, the auditorium.
I think we're at like 4%, but like a majority of that is health insurance. It's crazy.
I wonder if
The
school could
premium
get- school could get on with the town.
close
They
to,
don't go to default. They've been on a regular budget.
Well, we need to take care of that.
I know.
We need to.
oh
take care
no, it
of
was more than that. It was like 22.
So the,
Yeah, it's not pretty. Yeah, and then they'll get you online. We'll talk after. Yeah. Horror show.
We're gonna find out about the school budget, right?
So if you, yeah, if we would be able to present on the 18th of December, if we could do it like our next budget meeting
yeah.
then.
Earlier than that? So we were trying to,
There's events going on for the school, those Wednesdays, the 10th and the 17th, that's why. We're kind of, or.
If we did the 3rd, the fire and the fall, right?
fire department's the only budget you haven't heard yet. The last one. Biggest one. For the public
So
hearing
we
that
would
we
do
have to
the
have,
18th push.
there's a drop dead date that it has to be done by,
Is it the drop
by
dead
state.
date?
the drop dead date is the 20th. No later than that. We got jammed up a couple times, a couple years.
Eighteenth of December. Right.
No bugs. We're kind of limited because of, this room. Because we, we might, I gotta check, let me go check the calendar to make sure this room, because we're all sharing with zoning and planning board meetings.
Do we have a meeting scheduled, any more meeting schedules? Does anybody know?
They're trying to schedule.
What's that?
So it sounds like we're meeting again on the 3rd of December for fire. Is that correct?
18th is available.
If that's doable, okay,
So 12/3.
so that's our
That's a
next.
Wednesday, 12/3. And everything, anything else I can throw at you.
Thanks.
Maybe warrant articles.
I was wondering if that's what they're-
Yeah, those are coming. I just haven't, the board hasn't reviewed them yet, so.
Fire.
And then that would be it, right? Before the deliberative? Okay,
So Wednesday, the 3rd, right?
Mhm.
We have a meeting here. Okay. I just gotta get my wife, so she knows.
18th, you said,
yeah, Thursday
for the school.
for the school budget.
So we're gonna X the 10th? Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, no, I mean, we had,
Thank you.
the, we can always use, the 10th is available if we get jammed up and we need to have a meeting, but the 18th, you can pretty much plan on, right after the school gets done, we'll probably do all our warrant articles then. I don't know if I can get them to you by the 3rd, just because I only got one board of selectmen meeting.
Oh,
So
so
it's the 18th,
when we
not
would,
the 17th.
Yeah.
18th, Thursday the 18th. What's that? I'm sorry.
when would we do the warrant articles?
We have to approve those too.
Yeah, so that would be the 18th, right?
The 18th, yeah. Yeah, that'll work.
So when is our first drop dead date for anything?
The only drop dead date you have is the 20th, which is your public hearing has to be held. That's the last day it can be held, is January 20th, not December.
We have to have one for the school too.
The school public hearing? It's all the same day. Yeah, it's the same night. We do
Yeah.
both. We do school and town together.
And is that called the deliberative session?
No,
That's
no, the
separate.
deliberative is the first week of
I'm
February.
Questions.
So,
It's cold, it's always a cold
Yeah.
dark.
long day.
When is when are we talking about having our first public hearing?
The 7th, January 7th.
Okay. So if you're a weather nerd like I am, calling for colder and much snowier winter, so maybe we should plan, and years ago, we used to do this, we would have
Like set this.
planned
meeting.
2 or 3 dates.
Mm-hmm.
Say, okay, we're gonna have it on the 7th with a snow date of the 9th, maybe
Maybe Another week later.
because they have to be posted, what, like a week in advance?
Yeah, no, good call, Greg,
That's-
right.
Look at the idea.
Just
One snow
in
day.
case. Because
So
the
what's
law
the
doesn't
following
take into
Wednesday?
consideration. You just,
You do that as a snow day? You wanna do the 14th, which is the following Wednesday, as a snow date, if the 7th doesn't work out?
It's okay with me.
What?
I think we did it, didn't we
We
do it
usually do
right
it the
after
same
the
night.
hearing?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Usually it's after, right after, unless there's some, yeah, we'll see what kind of feedback we get.
so is
Last few years in a row, nobody showed up, so.
yeah, I think we had one person last year.
if we do it a week away, that gives the storms a chance to wind up and whack us. Usually if we do it a day or 2 away, that's safe.
Okay,
I'm just throwing it,
It's on the
I just don't know, do you know,
just throwing it out.
if we did, yeah, can you pull up the town
There have
calendar?
been- Looks like it could be a heck
If
of a-
we did,
Oh,
if
did
we said the
They said
7th
this
and then
is
maybe a snow
5
date
to
of
9. Major Nori.
the 8th, He wants to do them close together, so we don't, if there's one storm, the chances are this would be done by then. Or if we,
Brian Hall.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I actually know the co-founder of the Weather Channel, he lives in Hudson, Joe DeLeo.
Oh, that's right, it does.
Ice Caps, that's his website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good guy.
What's his website?
Ice Caps. Yeah,
Caps.
Joe D, possibly Leo. The founder, I met, John Coleman, I met, he's passed away, he was quite a character.
The 8th is ZBA.
But
With all the computer modeling and they can do everything, it's pretty amazing.
But you know, it's fascinating, they can still get.
Or what about the 6th and the 7th? Like if we did,
Just say, I'm counting on
Is it
Carol
six, sorry?
repeating this to us again, the dates.
Second and fourth.
that would be the,
Or we could do, you guys had said like the 7th, maybe the 14th, and then if we got canceled on the 7th, we knew we'd have the 14th, and we could post another day after that.
Good, we could do that. Yeah, we
I mean,
could do that, it's the 15th open.
That's up to,
Okay, let's do that then. A third snow day is the 15th as a backup.
I'm just counting on Carol sending me the email and letting me know.
So, Thursday, the 15th.
I mean, is that too much? Does everybody agree with that?
So I'm fine with that.
I'd rather have it planned than.
Better safe than
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, we've gotten jammed. I had people coming in on a snowstorm, about 2 years ago, we sat here in a blizzard,
Yeah.
expecting the public to go. But we had no choice, cause it got scheduled on the last day. We had to hold it no matter what.
You don't have the option to use Zoom or Skype or anything, it has to be in person.
No, not for a public hearing.
So just to get this, so we have, the first public hearing will be Wednesday, the 7th?
Yes,
A backup is Thursday, the 8th?
no.
no, the 14th
14th, Wednesday, the 14th,
and then the 15th.
and another backup of the Thursday, the 15th.
Okay. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
Stupid question, but is it legal to have, like, put down public hearing, backup snow date?
Mm-hmm.
Just want to be sure.
Yep, long
Okay.
as, whatever the noticing requirement is, you just put the dates out, location, times.
Because usually 2 days in a row, you might get whacked on one day, but. Okay,
Mhm.
just to be sure, it's because we get the law breathing down.
So what
our
we'd
throats.
probably do for noticing requirements, what we'll probably do is put a notice out for public hearing Wednesday, the 7th, with a snow date of Wednesday, the 14th. Should we get snowed out, we have another week, we'll put a second notice out saying the public hearing had been rescheduled for the snow date of the 14th. There is another snow date of the 15th, as a secondary notice. Yeah.
So,
What
you guys
time is
are
the
thinking
meeting?
of that for us?
What time is the meeting?
Awesome, thank you.
6?
Okay.
Is the meeting usually at 6?
Yes.
Who's bringing donuts? No. I should bring donuts.
Can you send an email, Carol, when you get like all these dates in one? Just so I can double check. I got it right. Thank you.
Watch, we won't get any snow.
I gotta
this
say,
winter.
it's so much nicer having somebody in here to organize all of this stuff than trying to do it after the fact. It's been so much easier this year.
Since we're on a default budget, who wants the paper clips and these little clips?
Okay.
Just leave 'em- okay.
So,
Anything else anybody needs to talk about? Want to go? Have questions, comments on anything?
You good? I don't have any questions.
Good job.
Do I hear something?
make a motion to adjourn.
I will second it.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye, opposed, no. We're out of here. Sorry.
Thank you, everybody.
Feel like I'm in the House of Representatives. Let's go there. Fight. Thank you, Ryan. What are the names over there? Carol? Ladies Thank you over there. I don't know your names, but, thank you both. Carol and Laura, thank you guys for putting up with me anyway. So,
We're gonna lower the budget by reusing the paper clip, right? Yeah, it's a binder, well, we don't need, I mean, I brought left two over there, I said, hey. Why you, I don't know, man.
We had.
All right, cool, that was an hour and a half night. I gotta get up at 4 to go to my office, which is evolving area. It's self-evolving. Routine. The company I work for, that's their main office. Oh, yeah. But it's supposed to be opening this one in New Hampshire somewhere, but my immediate boss says you can't. Boss? So that's what, so, 5.5. It stops. Tell me to not eat my coffee in the morning, and then I go to rapid refill gas station. Go for the rest. You take that line, they want to. We go to Men's Place. We have the mileage, but you set the cruise control and drive. And then they find the 3 hours for the map. If you get stuck in one school bus on 9. It's true, yeah. Because I'm thinking before, or sometimes the buses will pull over, not all the traffic, they don't know, or a little dump truck is loaded. But here we're heading, I just got back to North Carolina. Because we city, Indiana, from the Scranton,